Speaking of the inversion, take a look at this. This is our Ochre Mountain camera. And Breck, you were saying we're seeing more than just the lights of the valley here.
Right. Above the haze, we have moonlit skies. Of course, remember a couple of nights ago we had that wolf full moon. It's not a full moon, but it's still bright, reflecting off that haze. So it's really highlighting again that well-defined layer here along the Wasatch Front. All right, we're going to be talking about the inversion, but we also need to be talking about temperatures. We take a look across the western United States as we look at temperatures about where they should be for this time of year, as we're going to be looking, though, infiltration of some very cold Arctic air. Let me show you the computer models where temperatures are going that will be impacting us throughout the state throughout the weekend. So let's take a look going from Friday to Saturday. We start to see this movement of the cold front having a big impact of the upper Midwest towards the central plains, but leaking in here along the Wasatch Front, where we go from 40s to 30s as temperatures in St. George in the 50s, down to the 40s, even 20s in Salt Lake City. But take a look here for the Dakotas, down through Nebraska, temperatures getting sub-zero. That's looking at the temperature forecast looking ahead. What about wind chill possibilities? By Monday, some locations with wind chills minus 40 to minus 50 degrees, even though, as we see here across northern Utah, not as cold, but potentially looking at some wind chills here across northern Utah in the single digits. We'll definitely be having some locations across extreme northern Utah up in the elevations with wind chill factors actually could be sub-zero as we look towards Monday and Tuesday. Outside right now, though, temperatures, at least in Salt Lake City, in the low 30s. It is clear. We've got the haze around, and it will be sticking around here for the rest of the work week. We mentioned that storm for the weekend. It's not a big storm, but it is bringing that cold air that will help mix out conditions here, as we'll see some improvements Sunday, Monday. Once that storm moves away, though, and we have this cold air, I do see the haze returning by the middle of next week. Now, this storm system, as mentioned, not a big snow producer. We take a look at computer models moving through Saturday evening. You see a lot of light blue. That's on a range of an inch or a trace to an inch, which will be a case here for some mountain locations. In some other spots, maybe 2 to 4 inches. We might squeeze out maybe 6 inches, but I'm leaning it's definitely a little lean more than anything else that we'll see any good range of snow for the weekend. Now, high pressure over low pressure, we've been talking about this blocking pattern. We're seeing one push of some cold air, again, as we look at the upper Midwest, but there's colder air behind it. That's what's on tap for the weekend. So that's what we're gearing up for. But for tomorrow, haze still sticking around. We'll find temperatures very similar to what we were at today, which is low 40s here, at least through Ogden and Salt Lake City. Warmer, though, where we do not have the strength of the inversion, west central towards southern Utah. Many spots in the upper 40s to low 50s, as we'll be holding on to the 50s in St. George. Staying sunny, a little breezy Saturday and Sunday. Looks like next week will be down into the low 40s with overnight lows, even in St. George, down into the teens and low 20s. Northern Utah, the snow late Friday through Saturday morning, quickly out of here, and then it's the cold air. Upper 20s, as I mentioned, for that high on Monday. Overnight lows in the teens, keeping it cold. So we're going to get that impact of that frigid air even here across the state. And for the next couple of days, we'll have the haze sticking around.